Shalom, my homies. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Stacking Triggers podcast, a podcast for casual spikes like you and me and Bill. How are you, Bill?
Dan, I've gotten to play Magic.
Oh my god!
I feel rested.
Oh my god!
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk. I'm excited for a brand new format that we're going to get. Essentially, maybe, possibly.
Fingies crossed. New format.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
At least it'll be slightly different.
That's at least the hope. I don't know. I keep seeing insane takes where it's like, I think for Modern to get fixed, it needs unbans and more bans than they're going to do. And it's like, yeah, maybe, but also, why don't you just shut the fuck up?
I mean, we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But typically, don't we do some other fun stuff? Well, actually, before we get into the other stuff, why don't we tell everybody what's in store for this episode? Because we're going to try to go fast, but we want you all to know what's here.
Yeah, so Fortnite and card games, obviously. This is the number one thing we talk about. Then we're going to talk about Bill having ADHD.
Yeah, it's a problem.
How that leads to him being a bad player and how he can fix that. Because I have ideas and other people have ideas, and those ideas are not the same. and then ban list
finally,
talk. Modern typically, modern mostly, legacy we can touch on with you.
There's some legacy takes that I'd like to talk about, and I think there's gonna be a standard ban, but I'll give more thoughts on that later.
From what I saw at the Arena Championships, because the Arena Championships were started, day one was today.
Yep.
It was mostly fucking Demir, which boy, that's a thing in multiple formats. That's crazy.
I'll let you know. All
right. So let's start with Fortnite and card games. Bill, how much Magic have you played?
I played 2 things of Magic in the
God.
past 2 weeks. I played 2 things, not my typical Thursday LGS. I went and raw dogged a RCQ last Sunday. 1 and 4 and drop. The 1 was the round 5 buy. Yeah, it was not great. I was on the blue-white tempo reanimator deck, where it's like your threats are Oculus and Haughty Jin. I did not have the Kioras in there, although I have them. I don't know why I didn't have them, but I'm also running 3 of the Tolarian Terrors, right? So
sure.
It's just a big threat because I also have Sheltered by Ghosts, which gives +1/+0 Ward 2 and lifelink. So hitting with 6 lifelink, essentially hexproof, pretty good.
Yeah, so that is like a popper thing that used to happen in the Terror decks, where it was like, hey, we are putting in unexpected fangs now, because sometimes we just immediately die to the burn deck. So now instead of like not dying to the burn deck, or instead of dying to the burn deck, we just like don't die to the burn deck.
Right.
Because gaining 6 really strong against burn.
Very good. But yeah, my matchups that day first was mono red, or I'm Gruul red. I don't know. It's red deck wins, but they always splash green for crap. Then it was Demir. Then it was Demir. And
what was the last one? Was it Demir? Was it red deck wins? Was it?
Oh, maybe I only played 3 rounds and it was 1-3. Yeah, I don't remember another game.
Like 3 losses, it's over for you. Like how many people were there?
24.
Oh, even after 2 losses, it's over for you.
Yeah, it was pretty well. There was a 1 or 2 X3s that made it. I think people's like shit was weird. It was a weird bracket.
How?
Like there were.
That's
possible. I don't know.
I'm gonna get my trusty tournament calculator.
I could be wrong, but like there were a ton of people that dropped.
I mean, if people ahead of them dropped, then sure.
A ton of O2s dropped.
Cut the top 8, 24 players. That's 5 rounds. Will include draws. No, only. There should be 150 or like 401, or in reality 2 302s, and then a couple 311s or a few 311s, and then like a couple 32s make it.
I'm also probably remembering it wrong. Either way, it doesn't matter. I lost and I left. And then nobody at my card store reads Discord or the Magic the Gathering Facebook page, apparently. Because
for your LGS?
For my LGS, but also there's just the Pittsburgh one, which is the one that I post to. And I posted a big update being like, hey, we're switching to standard every other week. Nobody read that, and everybody was just like, standard, yay! And so we played standard this past weekend, even though it was supposed to be, or this past weekend it was supposed to be modern. Smashed Demir. First game, 40 minutes. Second game, 4.
Love that.
Love it. Turn to Oculus. Fantastic.
How are you getting that in the graveyard?
The archive. Meticulous archive.
Oh my god. We love a good old Entomb.
Yeah, buddy.
So much.
Yeah, he had no removal. Game 1 he had every piece of removal, and I just had to keep playing my shit from the graveyard till he ran out. And then I played the stupid Otter deck twice and lost against it twice. I hate that deck.
It is.
It's more than is it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Teamer Otters.
Oh, interesting.
They're running green for the Beanstalk because they get crap. Because they have some big shit that they're like sneaking out. I hate it. I hate it. It's a stupid deck. Anyways, that was it. That was my fortnight in card games.
All right. For me, I didn't play Modern 2 weeks ago because I just didn't. I can't remember why. But I did play Modern this week. I gave Team Breach its send-off in the ring format. And boy, did I hit some bad matchups. I hit Jeskai Control game round 1. Game 1 lasted like 30 minutes. Game 2 was going to time. Like they were like, you're in time, and I'm like, you surgicaled my Underworld Breach. Because like I made a smart play. I played Malevolent Rumble. I milled, and with Malevolent Rumble, I hit like something, a 1 ring and 2 Underworld Breach. And I went, well, if I take Underworld Breach and you have Surgical Extraction, I just neg 1 myself. So I'm locked into taking this 1 ring.
Right.
So I take the 1 ring, and he's like, you were 100% right, and just immediately surgicals my Underworld Breach. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't, unless I can go like, unless there's like some way that I can just do like a million grinding station activations, I don't win this game. So really, right. I just should have just scooped it there, but I wanted to play it out and see if there was a way that I could get like Construct beat down. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Take the L on that one. Round 2, I play against Brood Scale combo, and I beat that 2-1. I don't think I should have won that match. I made a couple very bad misplays. I played very loose in game 2. I had an Unholy Heat and an Underworld Breach in hand, and I went, he has a it's the 2 and a colorless that like pings you for 1 each time a colorless creature.
Flesh
Raker. He has that on the battlefield with a blade and 3 scions. It already has a +1/+1 counter on it, so it's a 3/3. So he can't sack 3 of them to put. He can, like, if he sacks a 3 to put 1/1 counters on the Flesh Raker, it just becomes.
He's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah. So I have Delirium, and I'm like, no, I have to just try to win this turn. And it's like a really risky go through. I play my I do my combo, and like the first mill off of Grinding Station is Thassa's Oracle. And I'm like, fuck. I have to stop immediately. I have to immediately stop this combo because I will lose. And I have no red mana, so I can't shoot this fucking Flesh Raker. I'm at like 9. And I'm just like, I'm so stupid. I'm the stupidest motherfucker in the world. I just lost this game because I played so loose. I could have just killed it and then just like gotten a little quick little value playoff and then passed. Instead, I'm dead. And he doesn't kill me the following turn. I'm like, cool. Here's the second Underworld Breach that I had in hand. And he's like, yep, I don't have Kozilek's command for that. And I'm like, cool. Game 3, he Kozilek's. I mill Thassa's Oracle, and he Kozilek's commands my fucking Emery on the battlefield. And I'm just like, and he makes tokens. And I'm like, I don't deserve to win this game, but like that's a misplay. Like I don't know why you did that. I mean, that's my win con.
He would have been a lot better scrying a bunch instead.
Yeah, he did that. There's a point where he made like 1,000,000 mana. He said it was 1,000, but like he then scryed he scryed 50. He scryed 50 and drew a card, and then what did he throw? Oh, he threw like an Emrakul on the battlefield. Oh no, it was a Flesh Raker, and he just kept like looping the combo and to kill me. And I was like, that's fantastic. I love that. And then round 3, I played against Prowess. Game 1, I turned 3 of them because you know that's what you have to do against Prowess. You have to turn 3 of them. Game 2, I mulled to 3.
Damn.
I had a playable 7, but I was like, this is a pretty bad 7 against Prowess. I'll mull to 6, and it was like, here's a couple 1 rings and 2 lands and some Malevolent Rumbles, and I'm like, this sucks. I'll go to 5. 5 wasn't good. All right, I'll go to 4. 4 had no lands, and I'm like, well, I'm at 3, and it was closer than it should have been for a mull to 3. Like, I'm not saying I would have won, but like if I was able to play the 1 ring, I probably get there. Mm-hmm. That's something too. Like the deck I think will still exist if the 1 ring takes a hit, but you can't greedily mull as much as you used to be able to, because like there were spots where you could turn 3 1 ring. Mm-hmm. Like you go like turn 1 Emery, turn 2 Rumble, turn 3 the 1 ring. Mm-hmm. But or just like turn 2 Rumble into the 1 ring, as long as you have 3 lands. Like you can do that kind of stuff. So like the mulligans get worse. And then round 4, I just dropped after round 3. I was just like, I don't care enough to play this out. I'm not playing this deck next format in theory unless something happens. Unexpected happens. Who knows? But I want to talk about One Piece. I played a lot of One Piece. It's OPO9 format. New set came out, Emperors of the New World, and it introduces 2 new leaders. We have Red Shanks and Black Blackbeard, or Black Marshall D. Teach. Those are the 2 big decks that I want to play. And I want to be good at Teach. I want to be the person at my LGS that plays Teach. So, yeah. But the deck is hard. The deck is really hard because you have to know what cards to pitch. You have to know what cards to play. You have to know what cards to search. And you also have to know your opponent's deck. So it requires heavy amounts of meta knowledge that, like, I'm just like, I'm going to wait till the meta settles. But Red Shanks is a red control deck. And that is the deck that I've had, like, the archetype that I've had the most success on. I played Whitebeard previously in an era where it was past its prime. But as a control deck, boy, Shanks is strong. So it's going to be the deck I'm probably going to mainline until all of my webcam tournaments are done.
Webcam
tournaments are done over the next couple weeks. So yeah, I gotta learn Shanks, and hopefully go to locals tomorrow to learn how to play Shanks. Although I feel pretty comfortable playing it as it is. But
nice.
With all that said, it's time to talk about Bill not being able to focus on card games.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Well, Adderall. Thank you. But yeah, so I've been having a lot of problems lately just with being able to focus on the games, but not just the games, but like not making sporadic plays. Is something that I've been having a lot of sporadic plays, being like, I was playing a league and I had, what did I have? I had a collector oof in play against Belcher combo in Modern, and I'm playing the birthing ritual.
Yep.
Which says sack something. I found something really cool I wanted to play, and instead of sacking the White Orchid Phantom, I sacked the collector oof, and they instant combo killed me because I was yes, because I just quickly clicked the thing because I knew it was 2 mana, and I didn't do that. But so I don't know. I've just been having a hard time lately, and I've been having a really hard time just sticking to a single deck, a single format. I'm all over the place. So I asked kind of in the 3MNU Discord, like, hey, what's some resources for ADHD or short attention span to players? And nobody has any actual resources, which is interesting to me that there's no ADHD focused resources for Magic players, because I feel like there'd be overlap there. But it was suggested to me to play maybe very fast combo decks that are like turn 6 or less combos. And to maybe do arena best of 1 to get the reps in. And like I said, yeah, I mean, because I told them like I'm interested in Modern, Legacy, and whatever the RCQ format is. So I'm assuming that they're saying the arena best of 1 because the current RCQ format is standard, but when that rotates, that doesn't help. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then Dan, I kind of told you about that. You were like, I have some other thoughts.
Yeah. So to me, like they're like, oh, turn 6 combo decks. Okay, cool. If I took Teamer Breach in its current form and just went, here, Bill, play this, you would have no fucking clue. You'd lose interest so quickly. You'd zone out immediately. I think you need to play linear decks. And the linear decks currently aren't very good because of the One Ring and just like mid-range city where we're currently in. But if mid-range city starts to die off, the linear decks can come back. Like, I would never hand you Amulet. There's just not a realm of possibility.
No, there are too many lines in Amulet Titan.
Correct. You need just like 1. And so maybe I recommend prowess. Like I don't mean to be a dick, but like prowess. Because like prowess also has some skill expression where you can do something and outplay your opponent with it. It happens all the time where, I had the mutagenic growth in hand for your thing. Your red removal spell.
I had Veil of Summer. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I have Veil. I have Prismatic Ending. Oh, I have Otawara. Oh, I have weird things where it's like you can like toolbox it in the best way for you. So generally I'm going to say decks that have 1 main win condition, which I mean you could argue is combo, but I don't agree with that. Or just decks that have 1 main win con.
I mean, I was having a lot of fun with the mono black oops deck in Legacy. Like that was pretty fun, but like also that again is extremely linear. I get to I get to a thing and I'm either beating down with a really shitty creature, or I'm doing the thing turn 1 and you're sad.
Yeah. So like in One Piece, a similar deck could be Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy is very, very linear. Do you have the 4-cost character to play? Do you on your 4-Dawn turn? Do you have the 4-cost character? When you ramp into your 7-Dawn turn, do you have the 7-cost character that plays the 5 or less character? Cool. Do you have that again for your following turn? If you do, great. The game's over. You've probably won. Other than that, like the deck is very much like, hey, if you whiff at like any point in the game, boy, you're fucked.
Yeah. It's I can see that, and it's like maybe I'll throw Prowess back together after Monday and see. Well, depending on what happens, but right. I like these tempo decks and these kind of mid-range decks. I cannot pilot because there's just too many things to think about for me in terms of the other person's deck. So I think I need to be very focused on my own thing.
Yep.
Which maybe is why Death Shadow is pretty fun, right? Because it's like get below 13 life and start swinging, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, that's why I understand why people say combo, but like the current combo decks that are any good require too much focus. Like Storm was a combo deck, and boy, I barely have enough focus for that fucking deck.
So Storm has too much math for me to do.
Too much counting. I need to count all the raw possibilities. I need to count how much mana I have. I need to count what Storm is. I need to, there's just I need to track which exile pile is which for my glimpses versus my Ren's Resolve / Reckless Impulses.
Yeah,
it's a lot, man. I've played Storm. It's a lot.
No, yeah, like we had 2 Storm players in at our store, and well, not 2. So the Amulet Titan guy was playing Storm for the RCQ season, and he ended up going back to Titan because he's just like, I just can't, like, this is the kid playing Amulet Titan.
Yeah, I think that's legitimately insane, and I question this person entirely.
Well, so that's the only thing he plays, though. He only plays Amulet Titan, right? He doesn't care about other stuff. It took him forever to even incorporate the One Ring,
which is,
yeah,
sure.
I mean, he was also getting dunked on without it, but
true. That is true. Yeah. Generally, decks without the One Ring lose to decks with the One Ring.
But like, I mean, that's the thing. So it's like I definitely agree. I think I do need to find more linear decks in all the formats I like. I do not like the mono red format in standard. I mean, it's powerful, it's burstful, but with the Dimir deck that's there right now, I don't think it's going to do well.
Sure. Yeah, that's my only recommendation to you is you just need to focus. And tempo decks, hey. the general vibe of tempo decks is that you are eking out every piece of advantage you can by just generally outplaying your opponent.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the capability to focus to do that, then you can't play a mid-range deck. You cannot play a tempo deck.
Living End's probably an okay one, right?
I'm trying to do fucking linear.
Yeah, it's do the thing.
Hey, do you have 3 mana? Hey, do you have the Cascader? Okay. Hit the button. Do you hit the Whopper button? Do you have a cycler in hand on turns 1 and 2? Cool.
Yeah.
Hit the cyclers.
Yeah.
Now hit the Whopper button.
I like it. I also had fun playing it. And like, you still get the blue, right? To try to protect your combo or to stop your opponent from doing dumb things.
Yeah. It used to be with violent outbursts. Like you would just all violent outburst on your turn and protect it with fucking force of negation. And then people were like, "Oh, well, you killed Cascade." Yeah, because let me tell you something. That combo is oppressive. Oppressive.
It was, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like I have a version. I just don't have the Ardent Please.
That's fine. There are ways you can build the deck. You know, I don't think I have the Please. I might have 2 of the Please.
They're like $6 now.
Are they really? That deck isn't played though. Nobody plays that deck.
It's because it's the only Cascade deck only Cascade card that's kind of legal, except for the red guy. Yeah,
Charlotte's Agent, and then Blood Braid Elf. That was a thing you could do. Actually, was go Bloodbraid Elf into Shardless or Ardent Plea into
Shardless into Bloodbraid into other things.
You got the idea.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably enough time. If you guys have resources on ADHD gaming, if you have ADHD and you play Magic and you're better than me, even if you're not better than me, let me know in the comments, because I want help. I want community. I want to know if I can wear headphones to block out the noise of everybody else in the tournament so I can focus.
I think there. Okay, so a little aside, there is that one person that I'm fairly confident does that, and we've played against him. We've both played against this person at RCQs.
Yeah,
and I think their communication skills are complete dog shit.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
I will throw it in the private chat because I don't want to say it.
Yes.
I don't want to have to,
no. I get it. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's like I wonder if that would be okay at like the RC or
I'm gonna say no, but I don't know.
I wonder if I wonder if you could put in. Oh, okay, I see. I wonder if you could put in just like regular earplugs then to just kind of drown out some of the noise instead of like noise canceling headphones.
You might be able to. I don't know. That's the thing to ask the head judge.
That would be.
Okay. It's
Bannery knows.
Hey, there's more banless takes. I know. So we're generally going to be focusing on Modern. That's the primary format that you and I play. Pioneer is not a real format, so we're not going to talk about that at all. Legacy, you're going to talk about a little bit, and then Standard, you think maybe. I don't care enough, but also seeing the Arena Championships kind of has me being like, oh, interesting. All right, so Modern. I think the big question, of course, is will it or won't it? Are they finally going to ban the One Ring?
Okay. I'm going to say they are. And I have a reason of precedence as to why they're going to.
Okay.
And that's going to be public pressure. They have caved in the past to the Nadu bans. They now know, hey, we should listen to our players, even though they might be wrong. But also there's extreme amounts of data backing up that they should ban this.
Oh, there sure is extreme amounts of data.
Yeah. Is it currently 60%?
60 plus. Last I saw was 63%.
Jesus Christ. Yep. In a biscuit.
Yep.
Modern. Do they have most played cards on?
Yep, they do.
Nice. Where is that at?
It's somewhere on there. But yeah, it's currently like 60-ish%. So like just from that alone, just that number alone.
Yeah.
Not even public pressure. Boy, we should fucking talk about this card. Cause like why? Why does this card exist? Why is this card still in this format?
Yeah. Why? Why is it?
Because like I knew it, like we all kind of knew it before Nadu, but then everyone started playing more copies of it around like MH3, and then it's just slowly crept up. Like before, it used to not just be in every deck. Before, it was like in its dedicated control decks. Like you had the Demir control deck where like I always talk about the shell because I think the shell is great, of Bowman, Shieldred, and the One Ring. Like that shell is incredible. And you would have it in like 4-color, blue-white control, like any kind of like control-y or late game combo deck, something like that. Actually, not even really the combo deck, but like the late game control-y decks, you would see the One Ring in there. And then I think it was Bamzing who had the idea, hey, instead of Fable the Mirror Breaker in this slot, why don't we just put the One Ring? And then people were like,
Boros Energy deck?
Yeah, in Boros Energy. And then like people were like, that's stupid. And then Bamzing started that version started topping more and more often. And people were like, wait a minute. What if we just put the One Ring in fucking everything? What if the One Ring was in every single deck that could possibly house it? And now it's like combo decks run it as like a safety valve is like, uh-oh, haven't hit the combo. Let me time walk and draw 4 cards.
Except Belcher. Belcher doesn't play it.
Belcher doesn't, but Belcher's also blue and can protect his own combo. Murktide doesn't play it because, or like the Dimir deck doesn't play it because it is a true to form mid-range deck that tries to eke out value, like I was talking about. But with Boros Energy and the One Ring, it used to be that Boros Energy would kind of like flop their dick on the table, and then you would cut off their dick. And the One Ring was like, here's some stem cells to regrow that dick. So now now they flop their dick out again on the table, and you have to chop it off again. But the thing is like the stem cells are like hard working, so like they're slowly regrowing the dick every single turn the One Ring exists on the battlefield.
Not to mention they just gain life inherently, so they don't care.
Yep. Guide of Souls Amps Raptor, play 2, draw 2, get 2 energy, or play 2, gain 2 life, gain 2 energy. Now fly a thing with Guide of Souls. All right, pass.
Yeah, also Ocelot Pride being
Ocelot Pride. Here's a million tokens.
Here's a million tokens. Here's at least 3 life a turn.
Yep. So
what's that? You drew into another One Ring on your 4th draw?
Yeah,
here you go.
Wow. Such skill. So yes, for the millionth fucking time, you're going to hear the words, the One Ring should be banned on December 16th, 2024. If it is not banned, we're fucking in for it, bro. I'm playing Grinding Station until that card is banned. That deck is insane until that card gets banned.
Yeah. That and any of the Eldrazi / Tron decks, like the Eldrazi decks, I think are only doing their thing because of the One Ring. If they don't draw that, it is extremely hard for them to get back.
And we were talking about it with prowess. We were talking about your issues.
Yeah.
There's no aggro deck that can just kind of be like, all right, you take a bit to get going. I'm going to exploit that by, forcing your issue as fast as possible.
Yep.
Because the One Ring exists, because those decks kind of get hated out by the One Ring. So if you take away the One Ring, you rebalance the entire metagame to now having, combo versus aggro versus mid-range versus control. Although I do think a side effect of the One Ring going is that control decks are now way less efficient and actually I think are on the verge of unplayable.
Why do you think they're unplayable?
What control decks do you currently have in the format?
Jeskai, I think, is the closest thing. Yeah.
Correct. Jeskai is the only control deck that we have. And Jeskai really, really needs card draw because it's in like 3 kind of weakish colors. Like if you think about it, like Boros Energy shifted everything back towards Boros, but like before that those cards came out, the big colors to me at least were like black and blue and white sucked, and red was only good because blue was carrying Murktide,
or if it was with black.
Yeah, or if it was with black. Like in green, I think is only the second worst color to, or like the worst color to white. I guess behind white. So like Jeskai control got Flage plus like a bunch of like control tools, and that's great.
Yeah.
But like that's the only one, right? Like there's nothing else.
I think that's the only real control deck. Because I don't even think Mill's considered control.
It depends on who you ask.
there's Is It Control, which is kind of Is It Wizards ish.
Yeah, Is It Wizards? It's like it's not a real thing.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah, sorry to the kid who is at my LGS and plays.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's 4-color Kahira Control.
Oh yeah, that deck that's totally still around, and definitely not.
That's playing the One Ring and has only 3 decks in the last 60 days.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I did play Modern 2 weeks ago. I played Storm.
Nice.
I want to talk about it real quick. The person whose deck I borrowed did not have main deck Grape Shot.
What? Oh, you had to Burning Wish for it.
Right. You just wish for it.
Yeah.
But here's the
thing. That's smart, though.
Round 1 opponent plays Surgical Extraction, targeting Wish, and it's like, I have no win con.
Oh, he didn't have Empty the Warrens in there?
No. He took Wish.
Right. But he didn't have Empty the Warrens in the main board, though?
There is no win con in the main deck. There's no Storm card at all.
Wow, he's just really hoping he just does it turn 1, huh?
So I walked up to him after that. I still won game 2, mystically, but I got hit again with a Surgical Extraction on a Wish, and I'm like, this deck is unplayable. I walked up to him, I'm like, your deck is fucking unplayable. How do you not have a main deck win condition? How? Why do you think that's okay? We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
And so he immediately bought another Grape Shot. And he was like, this, and I'm like, yeah, it's a $1 card. Who fucking cares? This should have been in your deck in the first place. Get rid of this piece of shit card. I think it was unstable. It was Unstable Amulet. That was his win condition. And I just went, no.
That's a terrible
that is not a main deck win condition. That's fucking garbage. Get this garbage out of my fucking deck that I'm playing. Give me the Grape Shot main deck. Grape Shot main deck is good. All right, sorry about that. I had to talk about this because it was the worst deck construction thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. Terrible.
Right, so there's no control decks in the format, other than Jeskai.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it tells you everything about the state of control right now. Is that control really has nothing going for it.
Nope.
So like that 4-prong chart where you have aggro, mid-range, combo, control.
Yeah.
Well, if you kill off the control part, you just have like this wonky looking triangle thing. And I don't know if that's exactly healthy. I don't know what you could possibly give control though to fix it. But
control needs help. Yeah, I honestly don't. I have no idea. I feel like this is probably going to be a multi-card ban because you can take it out. You can take the One Ring out. Boros Energy is still going to be super strong, even without the One Ring, right? Because there's a lot of times they don't draw the One Ring and they still just win it anyway.
Yeah, they just flood the board and you're just like, oh, great.
Yeah, so I think one of the white 1-drops in that deck is probably going to go. It's probably going to be the Soul Sister. But then they're just cutting it completely, right? Because I feel like Ocelot Pride alone, like if you just play that in the energy deck and you never get your guide out, you don't do anything, right? So it's like. You need to take the engine out somehow,
which I think sucks because I'm not a fan of like murdering entire decks. Now, of course, like the Nadu combo, I'm not going to count because like that was just too much and too oppressive
and terrible pattern play,
and some of the worst patterns of play I've ever seen in my entire life. But if you hit the Guide of Souls, I understand why everyone thinks this. I understand, but it's just like. How does this deck reliably gain energy now? What tools?
Yeah.
What tools exist for you to gain energy?
Yeah, you're just removing energy completely.
Right.
I think maybe.
And then, like, what does Ocelot Pride do?
Nothing. Yeah, Ocelot Pride does nothing. Ampraptor is fine. It's a 2/1 first strike that gives you 2 energy and lets you potentially find another card.
Right.
I think maybe Flage goes though, right? Because that takes.
Oh, then you're 100% murdering control for energy sins.
But then you're saying control. You don't need to worry about your fucking graveyard. for Flage.
I don't think Control already cares about its graveyard. Unless they're doing like the Jeskai Wizard shit where they're just like, all right, let me snap back, one of these things.
But yeah, I don't know, but like that's the only way I can see to kick down the energy deck, because then you're killing 2 points, right? You're killing the One Ring, which is this one turn card, 1 turn protection and card draw. You're killing Flage, which is its early game removal, late game win con, right? You're making them play fair. Or not fair, but you're making them more narrow.
Sure. My whole thing with that is you take Amped Raptor. And the reason I say Amped Raptor is because the turns where they go, I know this is Magical Christmas Land, but bear with me. The turns where they go, Guide of Souls on 1, turn 2, Aether Hub, Amped Raptor, hit the One Ring you. And I know the One Ring's already being removed, or in theory being removed. So, but like, okay, so let's throw that out. All right. Guide on 1. Land. Amped Raptor. Get 3 energy. Flip Blood Moon. Oh, also they were on the play. So you've had no chance to actually be able to respond to this Blood Moon, and now you're locked out of the game because they just flipped Blood Moon.
Yeah.
They played a 3 mana card for 2 mana. They played 5 total mana for 2 mana.
That's true. Maybe could it be a Johnny?
I don't think it's a Johnny. I think a Johnny's too fair.
I don't,
because it only brings in a token. Like Amped Raptor brings in a card.
Yeah, it's rough. Like it's hard to look at this deck and be like, how can we make the deck not fuck everybody?
It's
right.
Well, yeah, it's like there's this fine balance of, boy, all these cards fucking suck, and oh my god, all these cards together are fucking so good.
Yeah,
I've said that for months. I've been on day one. I was like, boy, this energy list looks like shit. And then you see it, and it's like, boy, this energy works. But then you keep looking at it on paper, and you're just like, how the fuck does this do anything?
Yeah. I don't know. It's shit. It's
I agree
it's a
that
shitty
something energy
situation.
has to go. I couldn't imagine.
It has to be more than the One Ring, though.
It has to be more than the One Ring.
Yeah.
Like something else. I think if it's Amped Raptor, I think that leaves around the whole guide plus Ocelot angle that you can run and still be okay. You still get your Flage angle, which is fine. I don't know. I think if it's Amped Raptor, I think the deck's still strong. I just don't think it does as many unfair things anymore. Yeah. But I think if you take Guide, you just kill the deck, and I'm not a fan of you telling Control to go fuck itself and then Boros Energy to go fuck itself entirely.
And I like other decks that are not Boros Energy that are using Guide as just something else, right? Like it's because like the green-white Birthing Ritual deck uses Amped Raptor or Guide of Souls and Ocelot Pride, and it's I think it's really fun. I don't think it's too powerful.
Sure.
But whatever. I've heard some takes about Gigantha. Banning Gigantha.
Yeah. So I don't play with Gigantha enough to say one way or the other whether or not Gigantha should go. It's one of those things where it's like, do we care? Like it's not like Luris, where we're like, oh yeah, this thing. Get this out of here. Jesus.
Right. But so is it making people play like deck construction too cookie cutter? Right? Like you're forcing yourself into these colors, right? And you can only you can't do double pips.
Right.
And so are you purposely building in a way to support Gigantha just to have that extra creature in your sideboard that you have access to at all times? Like,
I'll just say this right now. I don't have a strong opinion on Giganta. I don't know. I can't tell you that I think the card should be banned or shouldn't be banned. I don't have enough of a take because I don't feel that Giganta is a problem, but I could understand how somebody else felt Giganta is a problem in terms of deck construction. But to me, I think having deck restrictions is fine. And so you want to build your deck in such a way that you can't double pip anything, fine. But I think there's too broken or too not broken.
Yeah, I think there's the disadvantage too of your telegraphing. You could be one of X decks because you're revealing Giganta. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's something that I've heard come up, and I don't know. Like, I could take it or leave it. I don't really care if it's banned or not.
Yeah. I don't think banning Giganta will have a significant effect on the format. And I'll gladly eat shit on that if I'm wrong, but I don't see how banning Giganta fixes anything. If the ban list is the One Ring plus Giganta, I don't see how that does anything.
Hey, listen, Energy can't get a 7/7 flyer on turn 11.
I know.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think of anything else that could be banned from Modern, though? Like, I don't know what else would need to be banned. Because unless... I don't know. I'll let you answer first. Do you think
no, I don't think anything else should get banned from Modern. At minimum, it's the One Ring and a card from Boros Energy. I wouldn't be shocked. Well, okay. I would be shocked if they unbanned something. However, I think unbanning something is probably better for everything too. Not Ponder. Sorry, everybody who wants Ponder. It's not Ponder. If you do the preferred ban list of the One Ring plus a card from Energy, you now make Murktide the best, or like Dimir the best deck in the format, and then you suddenly give it Ponder, which makes it even better. So no, we don't need Ponder, but thank you for trying.
Yeah, I don't think Ponder should be unbanned. I'm pulling up the ban list right now because I forget what's there.
Just give me Tree of Tales.
Yeah, bring back
the artifact.
All the artifact lands.
No.
All of them, Dan.
We'd be in a tier 0 format with like Emery or Urza, that kind of shit. Actually, maybe not tier 0, but like tier incredibly strong. I don't know.
Unban Chrome Mox, please.
Oh god, if you do Chrome Mox plus the artifact lands, the format is only artifacts.
Yeah, artifacts only. Like
your Hurkyl's recalls, your meltdowns. Actually,
meltdown would be really funny.
With those, could you do that? Meltdowns plus Hurkyl's recall.
It'd probably be okay, right? Because meltdown would. Well, yeah, because the
meltdown you pay the red, and then you just like, all right, I stone rained you, or I have multiple
or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe. It's rough to say what to unban because there's like a decent list here, right? Like,
oh yeah, the list is too huge.
Yeah, there's a decent list of things here. Like, there's a lot actually.
Yeah, the thing with artifacts though, or the artifact lands specifically, or in even Chrome Mox to an extent, what do the other colors have for this? Like, obviously we have Meltdown and Hurkyl's Recall. What are
White has White Orchid Phantom.
You know what White also has is what's it called? What's it called? It's called Wrath of the Skies. That's it.
Right.
Because I believe that one hits artifacts.
It does.
So like, you just have like white energy decks, which keep
or just white decks in general.
White decks in general, you just pay like you actually don't have to pay any energy, right?
No,
you just pay 0. 2 white, and then okay. So the energy part of it doesn't actually matter. You just pay 2 white and just like, all right, bye.
So that would be
that
crazy.
Green has artifact removal, but I don't know if it has en masse artifact removal.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
I'd have to look too. And then black, I'm like 99% sure does not. It's like feed the swarm and like
that would be
invoke despair, which is like
a couple. No, that's
hard.
So crazy expensive. Yeah. Ooh, would we see Cabal Coffers come back if we? If they do the thing,
you know what deck actually I want to see come back in some way is actually the Necro Dominance deck. I don't think the deck's any good. It's just it got like so power crept out by every other deck because it just didn't do enough.
I think it's priced out. Is actually the biggest thing. I think it's priced out because it's like it was up to $44 for the fucking card that was like
Necro?
20 cents.
Or is it Children?
No. The one that deals 4 damage, you gain X life or something, and all you have to do is exile.
Soul Spike.
Soul
Spike. Just
Soul Spike. Yeah,
that's it. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. If they were to reprint Soul Spike, I could see that deck coming back pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you priced out like any of your players who actually want to play the deck because Soul Spike is just so fucking expensive. That's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of expensive cards,
I don't know. I can't predict any unbans. I want them to experiment with more unbans and just. I think the main thing I want from this is them to just be like, okay, we're wrong. We're just straight up wrong about these ban windows. Like we're just straight up wrong. Like they don't. We're not helping anything. Like I think I'm at the point where I'd rather them just be like, hey, it's Monday morning. We've reviewed the last like 2 months of data. We find that the One Ring is untenable and should not exist in this format, so we are banning the card.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Or like, I don't know, go like quarter by quarter instead of like set by set, quarter by quarter. You know, not April 1st, not like April 1st because that'd be stupid, or like January 1st or something like that. But like, I don't know, January 7th, April 7th, you know, like the first Monday of each quarter. Do something there. It's that. And then like the unwillingness to do like emergency bans for the non-standard format. Because like it became very obvious after the one back in August.
Yeah.
That people were just like, we don't like that you didn't ban the One Ring. So we're going to just slam the One Ring in every deck and prove to you.
Make it a problem. Yeah.
That you should have banned this before. And so here we are. Everyone's staring at their screens, screaming at Twitter on December 14th as we record this to ban the One Ring. We're still there. Nothing's changed in the last 5 months.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they do.
Let's talk about Legacy really quickly. Or Psychic Frog and Vexing Bobble are the ones that are being called for.
Those are the ones that are kind of being called for, because it's been seen now over all of the Eternal weekends. There's been 3. Each one, Vexing Bobble, becoming more and more prevalent to the point where combo just takes it all. Because turn 1 Vexing Bobble utterly neuters any of the tempo decks, which I'm going to say this, and we're probably going to get yelled at, but I'm going to get yelled at. Like the Legacy players are saying that you need to be able to play your free spells in order to enjoy the format, because it's the identity of the format. And I'm just like, dude, no, the identity of a format should not be an X number of cards make this the identity. It's the format for these. I don't know. The building of these formats is not the specific cards. It's the time frames, like from this set to current set, or from this set to this set. That's how, like, because if you're getting into what the identity of a format is, you're commander. You're essentially commander.
Sure.
But like,
I've gone against the identity heads. I can't there you cannot reason with the people who scream about format identity. You cannot. They think these things, and then like because the identity of the format is a thing. Somebody who comes in and has like a fresh perspective is like, hey, this identity fucking sucks. Oh, you guys like there's no coherent thought. It's just what are you talking about? There's no identity. We need identity. No. But they don't want to listen.
Yeah. Now, granted, is it a problem that these combo decks are just winning because people can't counter or stop them? Yes. Yeah. That's a problem. To me, that's the perfect reason to ban this card. Stop saying identity, because we should just not have identity in it. Also,
sorry, real quickly, it's the same reason we just talked about earlier. Rhinos and Living End. There's a reason why everyone bitched about Cascade is because you couldn't do anything to respond to it, because they would just shoot it off on your turn and then force a negation back up.
Yep.
Like it's a similar thing. We just want to be able to interact in a way that is not egregious. That's it.
Right. Yeah. That's fine. Probably also the frog, because frog is super stupid strong, and everybody saw if it was a blue deck, like a blue white, or I'm sorry, a green white deck, they would splash. I don't know. They would splash for the opposite color of the frog if they had one of those two, blue or black, in the deck already. Right.
You know what card kind of reminds me of that in a way? And I'm not saying they're of similar power levels within their respective formats, but it's like Mockingbird. Like Mockingbird and Standard kind of just goes in every... Like if you're a generic creature combo deck, or like a creature-based deck, like a Merfolk deck, here's a Mockingbird. You're humans. Yeah. Here's a Mockingbird. And again, I'm not saying Mockingbird equals Psychic Frog in their formats. I'm just saying like,
I don't...
That thing it's like that kind of ubiquity that I've seen.
I think you have to have value creatures to actually hit though with Mockingbird, right? Like if you're just throwing a creature down that just does something dumb, like in the blue white artifacts deck, I play Mockingbird in there. It's awful to have to just copy the blue novice inspector that's flying. The bird that makes a
spyglass token. Siren.
Yeah, spyglass thingy. Like it feels like trash to have to copy that.
Sure.
But yeah, I have seen it more related to Dreadhorde Arcanist, where it's the actual card advantage is what people are upset about. Well, the card advantage, and that you're able to protect it by pitching your hand, which you're getting more cards with as you're protecting. That's what people don't like.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, cool. That it sucks. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Standard, I think some bit of the Dimir removal has to go.
Sure. I know cut down's a problem in that format specifically.
I don't mind cut down as much, at least with the decks that I play. But it's like the Anoint with Affliction, it's the Go for the Throats, right? It's these 2-drop slots that's just like destroy these creatures. Every single one of them. Yeah, Long Goodbye. Anoint particularly annoys me in the Reanimator deck.
Yep.
Because it exiles my good thing. But there's just so many 2-drop removals that it's just easy for them to just eke out and kill you.
This right here, Long Goodbye, in the Murktide deck.
That's fine.
The Mirror deck in Modern.
Yes,
I'm expecting a ton of mirrors in my LGS.
Yeah, I would definitely use that. But yeah, like that's the only thing is like I would like to see from Standard is just a piece of black removal band, because it's just too much right now, in my opinion.
Pioneer fake format, vintage, we don't know. Pauper is going to Pauper. I also followed that format for months. So
yeah, Pauper does them.
All right, so just be aware to those of you who are here. Still, we'll be talking about the ban list react. We'll be doing a ban list reaction video coming up on Monday. I believe the list goes live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So I'm hoping to have something up by like noon Eastern. I don't know. We'll see.
Might be a little later.
Maybe a little later. I'm fairly sure it was 11 a.m. and then 8 a.m. for the releases of those, but it might be later. So whatever time, expect it within like the following hour, so we can properly react and assess and talk about what decks we're going to be playing going forward. But until that time, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please give it a like or subscribe. Leave us a rating and review on podcast services. Also, let us know what you think should be banned. What resources can Bill use for his ADHD gaming? What should I play in the OP09 format? Because it's going to be Shanks. It's going to be Shanks or Blackbeard. But
do it.
Shanks. And with that, thank you all for listening and watching. And until the following video where we talk about the ban list, keep calm and spike on.